It's $10 million federal dollars, a grant that allowed SAPD to add 50 new officers 3 years ago. Now, recently, Fox San Antonio obtained emails in which officers are ordered to certify that they did the work outlined by that grant, even though many of them say they did not. Our Yami Virgin joins us live in the newsroom with this Fox San Antonio investigation.
Thank you, Michael. Inside SAPD headquarters, the words truthfulness and honesty are often spoken by Chief William McManus. But what you are about to see, most of it in emails between high-ranking officers and civilians, have raised the question whether officers were ordered to lie, and most importantly, why anyone would think this would be okay with those who run the police department and the city of San Antonio, when $10 million in federal money was at stake. COPS, or Community Policing Grant, was $10 million in federal dollars that the city got to hire new officers and move veteran officers to specialty units. Instead of only responding to 911 calls, the COPS federal grant allowed 50 officers to go to schools, work with businesses, and the community to fight crime before it happens.
It was a good boost to allow us to augment our efforts.
But after 3 years of officers signing a city form, some started to question what they were being ordered to sign. In this email, a sergeant tells his captain that he is reluctant to sign his name, verifying that his officers worked during a certain time period doing the job required by the federal government. I am not sure I can truthfully say they did when I have no idea what the heck it is. In emails, the captain now brings the problem to their deputy chief. My personnel are concerned about signing a form that they cannot testify as being true.
It goes against everything they're taught, and it goes against the law.
Jay Norton is a criminal defense attorney who has defended many police officers.
Who and why is ordering these people to sign fraudulently, and who and why feels it's necessary to get people to sign something fraudulently.
But according to SAPD and the city of San Antonio, this is just a bookkeeping issue.
We are looking at revamping the method by which we capture the data on those grants.
The deputy chief's solution for the officers was to just sign anyways, and to also add that they're not familiar with what they're signing and are following finances orders.
There's no reason for ever putting an officer in a position like that.
While the city says the forms signed were City of San Antonio created, they still serve a purpose and are used to track where the federal money's being spent.
We would never tell one of our clients to sign a federal form like that, even a city-created form that's used to substantiate federal funds, if they're not 100% truthful and 100% accurate.
In this email from Fiscal Operations Manager April Sloan to the captain and the deputy chief, she explains that the officers were just agreeing that they were paid by the grant. The captain then tells Sloan that it doesn't make sense to order officers to sign for work they themselves did not do. Sloan fires back an email agreeing with the captain, but that unfortunately the officers actually paid by the federal money are not the ones doing the work assigned by the grant. The captain then tells the sergeant, "Save the emails. Accounting has acknowledged what we knew." The sergeant then replies back, "I don't think I will be signing any more forms and will recommend to the officers not to sign in the future."
This is something that I'm sure the feds are looking at and should look at, and the city should be very careful on how they're handling this.
In fact, Fox San Antonio had an interview scheduled in Washington, D.C. regarding the $10 million grant. That interview was canceled the night before. We were told that the Department of Justice had flagged the grant and were now reviewing it and other funds. Michael?
What other funds are we talking about?
Sources at the Department of Justice tell us that the other funds under review include federal asset seizure money given to SAPD. Now, if you remember, this is money that we have been investigating for the last 6 months. Reporting live in the newsroom, Yami Virgin, Fox News at 9.